Alright, you ready?
Yep.
If you're ready, say I'm ready.
Ready.
Good. What would Jim Ryan say? Treat me well and I'll take you with me as my travelling audience. Okay. So, what's the key to our business? What are we trying to do in the Herbalife business? Who knows?
Replication.
What was that one?
Replication.
What's the correct word?
Duplication.
Duplication. Okay. And why do we need to duplicate in the Herbalife business? Who knows?
Easier to duplicate.
Monkey see, monkey do business, Roger.
Okay.
To build the chain, so you can maximize your
You don't have to make a monkey.
Now, what's really the key of duplication?
You cannot look after the whole workplace.
You can't do everything, you can't train your whole team. But if everybody learns the system and then teaches the same thing, then your business will grow a lot quicker. Make sense? Who knows of a company called McDonald's?
Everyone.
Try faster, everything.
I've heard of it. Used to know it.
Yeah. I wish
Some
I
of us have
know
heard of it. Okay.
Not anymore.
So McDonald's is not actually registered as McDonald's restaurant. Do you know that? It's actually registered as McDonald's word slipped my mind now. System. McDonald's system. Because they have a system that works right around the world that they've been doing since they opened. So you walk into McDonald's and they ask you the same questions. And that's because it's a system they teach. So that they can bring any individual into the company and say, okay, you're going to work behind the register. What are you going to ask a customer when they say, I want a Mac meal? Do you want to upsize that or whatever they ask these days? Yeah? So that's actually a system. And it's very important in this business to follow a system. Why? Because if I start doing something different and then my team starts doing something different, my business will never grow. Because everybody's doing their own thing. So they're trying different things and they'll never grow their business quickly. Yeah? So what we have here is a few documents. This is documents that I give a new distributor on the day they sign up in my business. Okay? So let's say Bettel joined my business today. One of the first things I sit down and do is I say, okay, Bettel, let's get registered, and I fill in the paperwork in the black bag in the IBP that we've all filled out. Yeah? And then I say, okay, now, this is the system. And we go to this document. Okay? The Fast Start Blueprint. Okay? And this is actually the Herbalife system. Okay? And all I say to Bettel is I say, okay, here's what your job is. You ready? First job is when you go home, just read that little section so you become familiar with who we are. Okay? This is just a brief summary. Okay? And then we look at the 10 steps to success. Now if you haven't got a copy, just look over someone's shoulder or something. Or you can, if you're close to me, you can see here. Okay? Look at the first 10 steps. These 10 steps will set up your business so that you can make money quickly. Okay? And what's step number 1 say? It says, complete the Herbalife International Independent Distributor application forms. And this is what I'll say to Bettel. We just did that. We just filled in the application form. So guess what? We can tick off number 1. So we've only got 9 steps to go already. Okay? Now here's what I do at the same time. I show her that I have a mentor checklist. Okay? Why do I have a mentor checklist? Because we recruit so many people in the business, if I don't know what she's up to, how am I supposed to help her? Make sense? So what I do on this document is I get Bettel's name, ID number, her handphone number, her height, her weight, whether she wants to lose weight, gain weight. It's like my own file on Bettel's case. Yeah? Okay? I find out what she eats for breakfast, lunch and dinner, how much water she drinks, how much coffee she drinks, soft drinks, etc. Does she have any health issues, high blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes, etc.? So I can look for improvements on her product results as she's using the products. Yeah? And then I keep a record of her weight and measurements as she's using the products as well. Okay? So then after I filled in all that top section, I come back to that checklist and I say, okay, now Betul, here's your job in the first 24 hours. And someone stole my IBP, my wife obviously, no problem. Okay? So we grab the IBP and we open it up. Is this an IBP? Okay? We open it up and we say in your first 24 hours, as per the checklist that you've all got in front of you, okay, your job is to watch the DVDs that are in here somewhere. Okay? You've got to watch these 3 DVDs. Yeah? One of them is going to teach you about the company, which only goes for about maybe 20 minutes or so. The other one's going to teach you about the products, so that you know what every single product does in the Herbalife range. And the third DVD is so you can learn how we make money with our business. Okay? So that's the first 24 hours on the checklist. I want you to watch those 3 DVDs. And I say to her at the same time, I say, look, it's also written on the inside cover of the green folder. See, it says set your goals and use the products, and the same things that I'm saying on the checklist actually match what's here on the green cover on the inside. Make sense? Okay? So, watch the DVDs, and then the next thing, it says, go to career manual, which is the green folder, career manual, okay? And follow the steps on the inside of the cover, making your first sale in 6 easy steps. Making your first sale in 6 easy steps. Okay? Step number 1. Set your goals. Funny, it says the same thing here. Set your goals. And hand a copy of your goals worksheet to your sponsor. Okay? Refer to pages in 6 easy steps. It tells you to go to book 1, page 5. So you grab book 1, you go to page 5. Wow, so hard. Okay? And this is where you write down your goals. How much money you want to make, what kind of lifestyle you want, how much time and effort you're prepared to put in your business, okay? What kind of health goals you want, what kind of travels or whatever you want, you put on this page. Now here's what I say to a new distributor when I get him to write the goals. I say, Betul, I want you to be very specific with your goals. Very important word. Okay? Why does she need to be specific with her goals? Does anyone know?
She won't know she's reached them if she's not specific.
So she can reach her goals?
So she can reach her goals?
To visualize the goals, so
To visualize the goals. Most of us are visual people. Okay? We see things and it gets us. Yeah? Remember that time you went to buy your first car? And you took it for a test drive? You had this feeling about that car, didn't you? That's what made you buy that car. So most people are visual. Okay? So if we don't tell her to write specific goals, and she says, I want to buy a car. Well, what kind of car do you want? Do you want a Volkswagen or you want a Ferrari? There's a big difference. So if she's specific about her goals, that tells us what kind of money she needs to make to get her goals. Make sense? So if she says, I want to buy a Toyota whatever, okay, whatever car, I'll say, okay, well, what's that car worth? Oh, 40 grand. Okay, great. So I know what she needs to achieve in her business to make $40,000 to buy the car. Yeah? Now here's the reality. Most people who write their goals on that goal sheet, most people really need to be in the president's team position to live a comfortable lifestyle. It's really quite amazing when you get people to write these goals. And I help them. I say to them, look, don't limit yourself. Because if you limit yourself and you achieve those goals, you've got nowhere else to go. Okay? I'll tell you a true story. My upline president's team, the first time I met him, okay, he said, Roger, do me a favour. And I said, what's that, Rod? And he said, dream big. And I said, what do you mean by that? What's dream big? And he said, my biggest problem was that I was only wanting to make $1 million a year. That's a pretty big problem, right? Okay. He goes, my biggest problem was I only wanted to make $1 million a year. And I achieved it in my first year of business. And when I got there, I said, great, now what do I do? You've heard about the astronauts. The astronauts thought, well, getting to the moon would be the ultimate thing. And when they came back from getting to the moon, some of them went actually mentally crazy because they couldn't think of anything else to achieve in life. They thought, hey, I've put my foot on the moon, what more can you want? Make sense? So that's why we get people to dream bigger than they believe, so that they can learn to stretch themselves to achieve more in life. Yeah? So I can tell you, anything you want to achieve in Herbalife is possible. Don't be scared to dream big. You want a private jet? You can have the private jet. I've seen it with my own eyes. You want the Ferrari, the Lamborghini, the mansion, whatever you want, write it down. Okay? So the goals is the heart of what's going to drive you to succeed in the business. Okay? And whatever it is for you and your family. Okay? Some people want to start charities. Okay? I've seen people in Herbalife that make so much money that they've opened up schools, they've opened up churches, they've opened up mosques, they've opened up whatever, because that's what they want to give back to society. Okay? And when you're making so much money, you can only spend so much money before you have to start giving it back. Yeah? Okay? So the goals is the heart and the foundation of the business. Okay? So that's the first thing I get them to fill in on their goal sheet. Okay? And I say, this is your homework, by the way, I say to them. This is the first 24 hours. I want you to watch the DVDs, write down your goals. The next thing on the list says use the products as recommended by your sponsor and read relevant pages. Either use for losing weight, maintaining weight, or gaining weight. Refer to pages in 6 easy steps. So guess what? It's still all in this career manual cover. Step number 2, use and review the products. Go to book 2, page 6. And I get them for homework to read book 2, page 6. And I explain to them on the same night, because we always sign them up with a program. I say, okay, Betul, now you want to lose weight. You have 2 shakes a day, vitamins 3 times a day, 2 to 3 litres of water a day. And I explain the products. And I say, with the ultimate program, there's a booklet, right? And on the back of the booklet, it says day 1, day 3, week 1, week 2, week 3. You all know which booklet I'm talking about? Yeah, it's in the programs. And I say, your job tomorrow morning, before you start the products, I want you to get on the scale, first thing in the morning. Not after you had your shake. As soon as you wash your face, I want you on the scale. Write down your weight and measure your chest, waist and hips. And I actually give them a starter kit, which you all know what the Promote starter kit is, the shaker cup, tablet box, measuring tape, powder container and the pen. Okay? And I say, this is a gift from me to you, so that you don't give me any excuse not to weigh and measure yourself tomorrow morning. Okay? Oh, but I haven't got a scale. Great, thank you for telling me. Just when you step out of here, there's a Safeway across the road. Go get yourself a $10 scale, and I'll ring you tomorrow to get your weight and your measurements. And I track their results on my mentor checklist, so that when I ring them tomorrow, I get their weight and measurements, I know I ask them questions if they're using the products properly. Now here's what's important when you're asking the questions. Don't ask yes or no questions. Because if I said, Betul, how was the shake this morning? She'll say, good. I say, great. So did you put 2 scoops of powder and 300 mils of soy milk or whatever? She'll just say yes, yes, yes. Right? So ask the question so that she's forced to give you the answer. So how did you make your shake today? Oh, exactly like you told me. And I say, great. Now, just to make sure we understood it properly, tell me exactly how did you make your shake? How many scoops of the powder did you put? Oh, I put 2 scoops. Great. And how much liquid did you put in your shaker cup? Oh, 300 ml. Great. Excellent. And when did you have your shake? Oh, I had it for breakfast. Great. And have you had your second shake yet? Because I always ring them later in the afternoon on the first day. Yeah? I had it for lunch. Okay, great. And so what are you eating for dinner tonight? And our job is to coach them, to give them advice to make sure that they're getting the best results on the products. Yeah? And I'm not going to go into too much detail because that's a training on its own, and you get that from the STS, which is happening on the 22nd of this month. Yeah? Which is a whole day training. So your job is to be a wellness coach, even to a new distributor. Treat them first like a customer, make sure they're getting good results. At the same time, help them set up their business so they can start putting money in their pocket. Make sense? Yeah? Okay. The third thing I get them to do is on the checklist it says, make a list of the people you know. This is really crucial to helping your distributor get money in their pocket quickly. Okay? Make a list of the people you know. And again, it's referred to in the careers manual. If you look at step number 3, it actually says call people you know. Okay? And it says go to book 1, page 18. And when you actually go to book 1, page 18, it says to you, who's your friends? Who's your family members? Who's your doctor? Who's your pharmacist? Who's your... And it gives you ideas of all the people you know. Okay? And you've got to put a plan in your mind. Okay, do I think this person is suitable for the products? Or do I think this person is suitable for the business? If you think they're suitable for the products, you put the letter P next to their name. If you think they're good for the business, you put the letter B next to their name. And if you're not sure which one they're good for, always put the letter B because everybody wants more money anyway. Make sense? So that way you've covered everybody. Okay? Now, if a distributor is pretty confident and I can see that they're confident, then I say to him, if you're confident, all your job is to get good at inviting people to a presentation like what we had tonight. We run meetings here in Preston every Monday and Friday night at 6:45. And every Tuesday, Thursday in our Malvern office at 6:45 in the evening. And on Saturday morning in the Malvern office at 9:45 in the morning. So you have actually 4 meetings, plus on Wednesday, actually lunchtime now in the Malvern office, they do one as well. So there's 5 meetings a week that you can take advantage of to build your business quickly. Let me tell you the secret in Herbalife to building your business quickly. Getting good at the invitation. If you get good at inviting people and let the meeting do the hard work for you, even if you're the worst distributor on the planet, you're still going to make a lot of money. If you just get good at inviting people to a presentation. That's all I've done for 10 years, by the way.
Yeah, how do you invite good invitation? How do you do it?
Great question, and I'll come back to that because it's in the scripts anyway that you've all got. Okay? So, once they've made the list of the people they know and they put the letter P or B, if a person is not confident talking to people, what do? I get them to send an SMS to the people that they know. And what SMS do I send them? There's a document here called scripts. Okay, scripts, it's got a smiley face on the top of it. Okay, and I go to the second page of the script, or the third page rather. Okay, and I say to him, Betel, for the people you know that might be interested in the business, the letter B, and I'll write the letter B here next to number 2, where it says recruiting, SMS invitation to contacts in your handphone. Okay, I say, Betel, for the people with the letter B on your list, if I see she's not a confident person, right? If she's confident, I'll let her invite the people. But if she's not, I'll say, all you need to do is send an SMS to the people with the letter B saying, I just started an American company looking for 5 more people who want to make an extra 1,000 or 4,000 part-time or a lot more full-time. Do you want more info? SMS me, Betel. When this is the third page. You're looking at the wrong script. Okay? So they'll reply, they'll say, hey, what's this all about? Or give me more information. So Betel will then send a second SMS saying, I'm just getting started, I don't have all the info yet. This is why you need to make an appointment with my supervisor, Mr. Roger from Australia. I'll have him call you with more information. And what I do for a new distributor is I take a bit of pressure off them to help them get their first distributor. Because I want to try and get money in their pocket quickly so they get excited so they can work harder. Yeah? Okay? Now here's what I also say to Betel. If you look at the bottom of that, it says, send the first SMS to minimum 100 people. Now here's what kind of reaction you're going to get to that. Some people are going to say, I don't know 100 people. Okay? And I say, that's a great point. How many people are in your mobile phone? And I'll get them to show me their mobile phone. And I'll flick through it, and before you know it, there's more than 100 in most people's mobile phones. Okay? Now, if they legitimately haven't got 100 people, I say, no problem, let's contact the ones you do know at least, and then we'll work on the rest. And then I say something else. I say, by the way, I don't want you to just think about 100 people you know in Australia. This is an international business opportunity. So if you know people in any of the 84 countries we're in, I want these people to know what you're doing. Okay? Now obviously I'm not going to get them to send an SMS to someone overseas because their phone bill is going to get really ridiculous, right? So I'll say to them, you send the same message on an email directly to that person. Or, if they're a friend of yours on Facebook, send them a personal message on Facebook. Okay?
With that same message.
With the same message. Because then they'll reply saying, what's this all about? And you'll say, I'm just getting started, don't have all the info yet, I'll get my supervisor, blah, 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 to contact you. Okay? And whether it's locally, nationally, internationally, we will help them build their business right around the world. This is why I've got business in 14 plus countries, because I get good at getting a new person and finding out where they know people around the world and helping them build the business right around the world. Okay? Magic. Now, if you look at the second part of this, it says, send second SMS to all replies. If anyone calls you, you need to be a bit too busy to answer their questions and tell them that they'll be contacted with more information by your supervisor, friend, partner, whatever you want to call them. Why do you think we do this? Julianne? Why do you think we do that? Why do we tell them to tell their friend or family member that they're a bit too busy to take their call?
So you prepare yourself.
Preparation? But the reality is the new person doesn't know what to say.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you don't want to say too
Overwhelm
much
them.
is
Yeah.
as bad as not saying
That's
enough.
right. So in Herbalife, you don't want to say too much up front.
Yeah.
Because here's what happens, especially the big mistake that a lot of new distributors make when they join our business, is they're so excited that they want to tell everybody everything. And you need to understand, you don't really need to say much to get people to have a look at what you're doing. Okay? You need to understand there's only 4 parts to our business. The first part is making the contact. Okay? Making contact with someone. Your family, friend, relative, whatever. Okay? The second part is giving an invitation. Invitation to what? HOM, like tonight. Okay? A website. Okay? Getting them on a 3-way conference with your sponsor. Okay? Could be a Skype conference if it's international or national. Okay? It could be a one-on-one meeting with someone, with your sponsor. So don't try and do it by yourself, especially when you're new. Why? Because if you say too much, you've lost them. Okay? So you have to use the correct words just to give enough for them to come and have a look at what you're doing. Okay? The third part of our job is the presentation, which is the HOM. And the fourth part is closing the guest. Okay? All our job as distributors is to do the first 2. Get a contact, give them the invitation. Come to a presentation, let the presentation do the work, and let the close at the end of the meeting. What do we say? Your next job is to get registered, get on the products, get back to the person who invited you, and let them know what you want to do. So the meeting actually does the last 2 for you. All your job is invitation to take them to a presentation. Okay? So the question was asked just a second ago, what should we say to a prospect to invite them? So let's say Beto gives me a name and a number. So Beto has a prospect named Julade. Okay? Julade says, yes, I'm interested. And Beto replies with the second SMS saying that I will be contacting Julade. So Beto sends me an SMS saying, Roger, please contact Julade. This is the phone number and the letter B. So I know it's for business. And all I will do when I ring Julade is, if you go to the next page, all I do is I say, hi Julade, this is Roger. Actually, your name and contact details were referred to us by your friend Beto. Are you free to talk for a few minutes? And if she's free to talk, I'll keep going. And I'll say, so what sort of work are you doing at the moment? Are you looking for part-time or full-time work? You know, let me tell you a little bit about our company. So I get a little bit of information about what they're doing, okay, and what they want. And then all I do is follow the script. By the way, I still follow this script after 10 years in business. So it must work. Okay? And I say, great, let me tell you about our company. We're an international company dealing with healthcare, wellness and personal care. Last year our company did over $5 billion US in 84 countries. And we've been around now for 32 years. What we're looking for, Julia, there is we're looking for serious people to work with, customer service, support and recruitment, training and team building. And your next step is to attend a company orientation and interview session. We're interviewing on Tuesday night at Malvern office at 6:45. Can you come down and meet me? Not a hard script. I can teach a 7-year-old to do this business. Okay? And she might say, Tuesday night, no, I'm busy at that time. I say, no problem. So the next available interview is on Wednesday at 12 o'clock lunchtime. Is that more suitable for you? If she says yes, I book her in. If she says no, I say, look, that's the only 2 appointments I've got for this week. Are you sure you can't make one of them? Why do you think I only limit it to 2 appointments? Who knows?
If she's serious, she will attend. If she's not, so at least you know she's not
You
interested.
don't want to confuse her with too many options. You want to give her a choice so that she doesn't feel she's being pushed.
Yeah.
But if you give too many, it confuses.
That's
the
one
issue.
reason. What's another reason?
They'll delay it.
They'll delay it.
Yeah.
Yeah, time span.
See, if you give them too many meetings, they'll go, okay, you run a meeting every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So when I'm free, I'll come.
Yeah.
No. No, you work on my time span, not your time span. I'm looking for serious people to join my business. If you're serious, these are the 2 times. Oh, but I can't make either one. Look, Julia, these are the only 2 availabilities, but if the company has some more down the track, I'll give you a call back. And all I'll do is on Wednesday, I'll probably ring her and say, oh, Julia, that's unbelievable. The company's just, because of the high demand on our business, we're doing another information session on Thursday night at 6:45. Can you come down for that? Now, the reality is we know we run meetings 5 times a week, right? But why do we want to try and get them to the closest meeting is because the month is ticking away again. Today's already the 3rd of the month, okay? And if I say to her, there's one Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, guess which meeting she will choose?
The last one.
Saturday, because it's the last one. And guess what will happen probably on Saturday more than likely?
Cancel.
She'll probably cancel or not come.
Yeah. The memento's gone.
That's right. So you create a sense of urgency that this is growing so quickly, you need to come and have a look now. Yeah? So that's why. Did you have a question there?
You only just invite one person or 2 or?
I'm interested in inviting as many people as possible. Okay? Here's the reality. You need to understand numbers. If you invite 10, you'll be lucky to get 2 or 3 actually come. If 10 people actually say, yes, I want to come, only 2 or 3 out of 10 will actually show. Okay, you need to understand these numbers. So that's why we say to people in this business, we want you talking to 10 people a day about the products, 10 people a day about the business. Because if you're not doing those numbers or more, you're going to find it hard to get people to the meetings. If you're only inviting 2 or 3 a day, and you're expecting them to show, you're kidding yourself. It's not going to happen. Why people don't show? It's a mystery. It's a mystery. I know people who run traditional business who say, come in for an interview so we can give you a job, and the people they make appointments with don't show. And that's with a traditional business, a paying job. Okay? So you need to understand, you've got to go through the numbers. The quicker you churn the numbers, the quicker you'll build your business. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to ask something?
I've got a question. Let's say you invited a person from, like, at the shopping center or anywhere, and then they say, for example, oh, I don't have time to come for the presentation.
Then they're not
So
serious.
can you, no. They say, can you please, they are still serious, so far that I can understand, but they say, can you email me the information? So, which script is the best to email them?
Here's the reality.
Because
I keep it really simple in this business. Let me
My-
tell you something very
I make
important.
up my own and they don't respond.
Yeah.
More than 10 people.
So let me tell you something. If they don't have the time to come and look at a presentation, you don't want them in the business anyway. I'll tell you why. Because this business is a business we teach people. And if they don't have time to come to meetings, trainings, learning the skills, how are you going to work with them? It's hard work.
I understand that, but some people, until they see the picture, they are not...
That's fine.
There are some people, they change their mind once they see the picture.
Yeah. So how do you get them to see the picture? They've got to come to a presentation.
Yeah.
That's
Sure,
right.
but-
Unless they're long distance, like I'll give you an example. I signed up a lady today in Sydney. Never met her in my life. Don't even know what she looks like. Okay? She was an inquiry through the internet. I took her through our website. I followed the script, and I signed her up with the script.
The one you showed up today?
There's another script for actually in the beginning, the second page, which how to close people over the phone for long distance. The long distance people, obviously, you're not going to say to them, "Oh, we have a meeting in Melbourne, and they're in Sydney." Okay, so that's why we have websites and stuff to help support that. But the people you know that can physically get in a car and get to one of our meetings, you don't want to just show them a website. Because if you just show them a website, after when you get on the phone, it's like you're trying to convince them to get involved. And when you convince people to join your business, it's hard work. Because when you convince them to join, you have to convince them to stay. And that's not what you joined Herbalife for. You joined Herbalife to make more money, have lifestyle and freedom. And the only way you do that is by tying people into the system. See, we can sign up people anywhere in 84 countries. If I signed up someone in Turkey today, and I've never met the person, I can easily go on the internet, find out where the meetings are in Turkey, and say, okay, Jack, your job is to go to the meeting in Turkey at this address on this date. Because the meeting over there will train them for me. I don't have to train them. That's even better. Because we're all following a system. Understand? So if you follow the system, your business will grow a lot quicker. The reason people, their business goes up and down and up and down and up and down in Herbalife, and they have good organisational one month and terrible organisational next month, is because their team, and probably even them, are not following the system. They think they're smarter than the system. They think, oh, that's too easy. That's what I thought when I first started too, by the way, to be honest. I thought, oh, this is too simple. I'm going to do it business-wise, because I'm a businessman before Herbalife. And I was failing in the beginning, because I was trying to do it my way. And then Wayne said to me, Roger, put your ego in your back pocket, follow the checklist, follow step by step, and the business will grow. And when I started following the system, guess what happened to my business? We got to Get Team in 8 months, even with a slow start. Okay? So that's why it's important to follow the system. So what's the system for us here in Melbourne? We have Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday meetings. Okay? We've got 5 meetings a week. Here's what you need to do. Commit to at least 2 HOMs a week. Minimum. Minimum 2 HOMs a week. The more you commit to, the faster your business will grow. If you take advantage of all 5 a week, your business will grow quicker. Hey, I'm a millionaire team and I still go to 4 meetings a week. Why? Because I don't want to be a millionaire team. I want Pres team, Chairman's Club, etc. So for me to change a pin, committing to 4 meetings a week, for you new guys who are starting, should be easily committing 4 or 5 meetings a week. Yeah? The more meetings you attend, the quicker your business will grow. Why? Because when you come to the meeting and you haven't got a guest with you, you don't want to be wasting your time hearing the same thing every 4 or 5 times a week. Right? But the meeting needs your story anyway. So we can help the people that have got guests, help them sign up their guests. Okay? And then when you've got guests with you at the meeting, you're so excited that you've got guests, that now you need other people's story to help you sign up your guests. See, our business is all about the stories. Here's what Herbalife distributors are if you want to write it down. Overpaid storytellers. That's what we are. We're just overpaid storytellers. Oh, this is what happened to Beto, this is what happened to Emel, this is what happened to Julianne, this is what... And that's what we do in this business, really, when you think about it. There's nothing complicated with what we do, right? So, let's keep going with the checklist. The last thing I get into, and also on that third point, for the people with the letter P, for products, there's a script for that as well. So I say to him, for the people with the letter P, if you go to the last page on the checklist, it's got a retailing SMS invitation to contacts in your handphone. Okay? And guess what it says? You're going to send out an SMS for the people with the letter P, Betel, saying, looking for 5 more people to lose, gain or maintain weight, lose 15 kilos in the next 3 months, US company needs Australian testimonies. Do you want more info? SMS me, Betel. Okay? Now, if it's someone that you're contacting in Turkey, you would say US company needs Turkish testimonies. you change it to suit the country. Okay, there's no problem. We need more stories in Herbalife, always. Yeah? When they reply saying, yes, give me more information, guess what you say? I'm just getting started, don't have all the info yet. This is why you need to make an appointment with my supervisor, blah, blah, blah. Straightforward. Yes? Simple. So that's the third point. The fourth point is I get them to take a good before photo or picture. Why do I want them taking a photo before they start the products?
Well, if you lose as much weight as me, you wouldn't look the same.
How many kilos you lost now?
15.
15 kilos. Now, if he didn't take a before photo, you'd look at him and you'd think, okay, this guy says he lost 15 kilos, but did he really? But if you've got the photo to prove it, wow. You saw my mafia shot earlier on tonight, and people go, wow, was that you? Really? You know, you look at all the before and after photos in the front of the office, in front of Julie Dare's office, and some people you can't even recognise. They look amazing now compared to when they first started. They look younger. It looks like some of them look different people even. They look like different people, but it's the same person. Yeah? So the photo is really important. Here's what I say to people. This photo is going to make you a fortune. So make sure you take a good photo. And if you go to book 1, page 8 and 9, it tells you how to take a good photo. Follow so far? Yes? So this is what I get them to do in the first 24 hours of their business. Why do you think we put a time frame on this?
That's when they're all excited and pumped up.
They're excited, they're pumped up, they just joined an unbelievable business, but here's why. See, by them following that in the first 24 hours, in the following 48 hours I can work fast with them to get money in their pocket. I want a distributor who joins my business to be making money, you want to write this down, within 72 hours of joining the business. Within 72 hours of joining my business, I want money in their pocket. Because if they're not making money within the first 72 hours, their energy slowly starts to die. And if their energy starts to die, within a few days, you're not going to be even able to contact that distributor. I promise you. Okay? So we want to get money in their pocket in the first 72 hours. Now, here's what I do the next day. The next day comes, and I ring Beto in the afternoon, because I told her I was going to ring her in the afternoon to get her weight, her measurements, and to see how she's going on the products, and to help her set up her business. Yeah. So I ring Beto tomorrow, and it's in the afternoon, probably before I'm going to the meeting, and I say, Beto, how was that shake? And she says, oh, it tasted terrible. I said, really? What did you mix it in? And I'll go back, make sure she's doing everything properly. If it tastes terrible, write this down. They're making it wrong. We've got the best shakes in the marketplace. The best tasting shakes in the marketplace. I never recommend the distributor to mix shake in milk because adults are lactose intolerant and they get diarrhea and bowel issues if they drink it in normal milk. I always go for soy milk is the best one, or they can mix it in juice or drinking yogurt, eating yogurt.
There's lactose-free milk too.
There's lactose-free milks. There's many types. The best one I know in the marketplace is Sanitarium So Good, 99.9% fat-free. It's a white and pink carton. That's the best one to mix the shake in. It tastes better, plus they will get faster results with that one because it's good for the bowels and it's soy-based and our products are soy-based, so it tastes fantastic together. Okay?
Did you say sanitarium?
Sanitarium So Good, 99.9% fat-free. It's a white and pink carton. You can get it long life or from the fridge. Okay? So I've made sure she's She's using the products properly, like I mentioned before. How are you making your shake? What are you mixing it in? You know, now what's your weight and measurements? How much water did you drink? And we'll train you on another session how to do very good follow-up so that you know how to look after your customers. The key in this business is good follow-up. Okay?
Anyone?
Okay, we've got the photo. Okay, so the key in this business is good follow-up. If you don't give your customers good follow-up, guess what you're going to be continuously doing in this business? Trying to get new customers. And you don't want that. It's hard work. If you don't give your distributors good follow-up, guess what you're going to be continuously doing? Constantly recruiting new distributors because the other ones are dropping off all the time. And you're going to find the business hard work that way. When you've got a good customer or good distributor, you've got to look after them like gold. You've got to treat them like gold. Why? Because a good customer will get you another 100 customers. A good distributor will build such an amazing organisation that it's made your job easier instead of you always recruiting new people and losing people and new people and losing people. Make sense? So the key in this business is good follow-up. That's the gold in this business, is the follow-up. Yeah? So then I ask Betul the questions. I say, Betul, did you watch those DVDs we spoke about last night? Okay? Now, she might say, oh, I've only watched one of them. And I say, no problem. Write this down. Everything in Herbalife is?
No problem.
No problem. Because I don't want her to do things for me. I want her to do things for her. It's her business. If she wants to work fast, fantastic. If she wants to work slow, fantastic. Makes no difference to me because I'm working with so many people. Yeah? Here's the danger a lot of new distributors do. They get one distributor and they hold on to him really tight.
Yes, you're right. Good
They hold on to him really tight. They actually smother him to death. Okay? Because they don't want to lose this one distributor because it's the only distributor in their business so far. Okay? This is why we say to people, make sure you're recruiting minimum 10 distributors a month. Because if you're recruiting 10 distributors a month and you lose a couple, big deal. It's not going to affect your business in any way. But if you've only got one distributor and you lose that one distributor, it's 100% of your problem gone. Right? So that's why we need to be recruiting 10 people a month in the business. How do you recruit 10 people a month? You talk to 10 people a day. That's the simplicity of our business. And the conversation is not long, by the way. The conversation is basically the script. Hey Ian, are you interested in making an extra $1,000 or $4,000 a month without affecting what you're currently doing?
Certainly would be, yeah.
Fantastic. You know what? My supervisor's looking for more people who want to make money. What are you doing tomorrow night?
Oh, nothing. You've got a meeting.
Fantastic. I'm going to pick you up and we're going to go there together.
Good.
Did that take long? It took me 30 seconds. Can you do that 10 times a day?
I must admit today I suggested that with a lady at work who doesn't drive, you know, and she's really interested in the products, and we're having a bit of a chat. And I said, Rita, no problem. No problem. I thought, oh, saying with that, if you like, I can come and pick you up and take you home. Would you do that? I said, of course I would. And I'm thinking, I hope you don't live out like you. Because I didn't know where she lived. But, you know, it doesn't matter. And she lived in Epping anyway, so it was good. And I said, oh, well, look, I'm going through Epping, so it's no problem. I'll pick you up and take you home.
That's it.
Yeah.
So what's Julianne doing? She's daring to care. It's a good word. Daring to care. Care more about your customer than the money you make from your customer. Care more about the distributor than the money you make from your distributor. Because when you care more about people, the money comes in naturally. It's like a river. You have to understand that. Michael knows because when he first started on the products, he thought I was bloody annoying ringing him all the time. But that's my job. That's what I get paid to do. I get paid to make sure my customers get great results. Now, if you don't want me to follow you up, that's fine, but I can't guarantee you're going to get results. Okay? So he got great results. He's lost over 20-something kilos. Bang, falls into the business. Yeah? So care more about people than the money you make from them. Yeah? So, did you watch the DVDs, Betul? Now, let's say she said, yes, I watched them all. I said, fantastic. I said, so did you learn all about the products? Yes. And I'll ask a couple of questions just to see if she really understood it. So, what's the shake? Oh, that's the food and blah, 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 and how to lose weight with it and how to get... So I'll ask a couple of questions just to make sure that she understood the video. Right? Then I'll say, did you watch the marketing plan? Oh, yeah. I said, great. Did you understand how we make money with the business? Okay, now this is a very key point. She says, oh, sort of, because the marketing plan is very confusing for most people who join our business. Yeah? And, you know, I'm pretty good at explaining the marketing plan because I've been doing it for so long, and I probably keep it in the simplest form that you probably ever see in Herbalife. Okay? But most people don't understand the marketing plan. And all I want them to do is understand just a few points from the marketing plan. So I say, Betul, fantastic. So you are now at a distributor level, yes? Now, what's a distributor make in the business?
Oh, 24, depending on, just when you
As
sign up,
distributor. 25%. Fantastic. So when you take an ultimate program like what you're using in the marketplace, which sells for $500 odd, okay, you make $125 profit, correct?
Yep.
Great. Now you heard a position that was mentioned a few times in the DVD that you make a 50% profit. What was that position called? Supervisor. Okay. So would you rather make 25% or 50%? And of course she's going to tell me she wants to make 50%. So she's already pitching to herself that I need to be a supervisor. I don't have to convince her. She knows. Okay. And I say, now why do you want to be a supervisor other than the 50% profit? What other areas of income can you make as a supervisor? And she might say, oh, you make this thing called wholesale. Oh, but I didn't understand that. And I say, okay, that's the difference in commission between you and your distributor. Pretty straightforward. So if you're at 50, you've got someone at 25 in your business, you make the 25% difference. That's your commission. That comes from the company money, not your money. Yeah? So that's wholesale. Great? Okay? So that's the wholesale. What's the next area of income that you heard on the presentation?
Royalties.
Royalties. Do you know what royalties are? Now, reality is most people don't know what royalties are, by the way, even after watching the DVD. And I say that's the forever income. That's money whether you work or you don't, you're awake or asleep, whether you're alive or dead, you'll still make money every single month once you've built this business properly. How much royalties does the company pay you?
Depending on the video, between 2 to 5%.
How much commission is the royalties?
5%.
5%
First 3 levels.
on the first 3 levels.
Supervisors.
See? So this is where you're planting the seeds of what the benefit is of supervisor position. Yeah? So how would you like to be laying under a coconut tree making $15,000, $20,000 a month? That's what we call royalty income. Okay? So that's another reason why you need to be a supervisor. Okay? And then the fourth area of income you heard about on the presentation. I'll help her out a little bit because by then their mind's blown away anyway. Okay, and I say there's another area of income called bonuses, where you earn an extra 2 to 7% on infinite business when you get to levels like Get Team, Millionaire Team, President's Team. And that's why we have people in our company earning from $1,000 a month anywhere up to $1 million a month with our company. So remember those goals I told you to dream big? Imagine making $1 million a month. All those goals can come true, can't they? Okay? And then what I'll do is I'll say, now let's go to grab your checklist and let's go to the last page of the checklist. So this is after 24 hours of them joining my business. I'm already working on getting them to think how to go supervisor. And I say, Beto, let's talk about job goal technique. Here's what your job is in Herbalife. You need to use all the products. Why? Because you'll only sell what you believe in. We are not looking for salespeople. Okay? So as quickly as possible, we want you on the skincare, hair care, everything. Because you're only going to sell what you're using. Trust me, I had a distributor in my business who was selling everything but Rozox. And one day she rang me and she said, I'm selling everything but Rozox. And guess what my first question was?
Are you using it?
Are you using it? And guess what her answer was?
No.
No! That's why she wasn't selling it. And I said, great, start using it and then give me a call after. She started using it. Guess what happened when she started using it? She started selling it. Unbelievable. So you've got to use all the products. Inner, outer, nutrition, skincare, hair care, everything. Yeah? So use all the products, Beto. The second part of your job for you to get clear on is we want to teach you to build a customer base, a client base. A client base of 20 to 30 customers. Why 20 to 30 customers? If we talk on average an advanced program as a sale, okay, which is not the highest end, it's not the lowest end, it's a one in the middle, which is the most popular program in Herbalife anyway. Okay, the advanced program. So if you got 20 to 30 customers buying what we call an advanced program, as a supervisor, you're making between $4,000 to $6,000 a month, part-time. Who would like an extra $4,000 to $6,000 a month part-time? It's not that hard. It's only 20 to 30 customers. Now, you might not get 20 to 30 customers in your first month. It might take you 3, 4, 5, 6 months to get the 20 customers. But if you look after them as gold, they'll keep coming back to reorder. But if you're not looking after them as gold, whoop, I just lost the Mel. Got to go get another one. I just lost Beto. Got to go get another one. And you're forever in this cycle of trying to get new customers. And you don't want to be in that cycle. We got customers who've been buying full retail from us for 10 years.
I wish.
Can you imagine that? We've got customers like that in our business that have been buying from us for 10 years. Month in, month out. They pick up the phone, they say, hey, I want another program. No problem, what flavours do you want this time? Bang. Because you don't have to follow them up after that. They know what they're doing after 10 years. It's an easy sale, easy pocket money. Yeah? So that's the second part of the job. What's the third part of the job? Is to teach and recruit people to do what we teach you. Because like I said, from their goals, most people need at least $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 a month to start living. Okay? So what we do, Beto, is we want to teach 2, 3 or 5 people to teach step 1, how to use the products. Step 2, how to get 20 to 30 customers. To teach them to find 2, 3 or 5 people to use the products, to get customers, to teach other people. And that's the duplication. What's the goal? Goal to get supervisor in the first month. Why? Because you make your 50% profit. Okay, it's 100% markup from the purchase price. Okay, become a world team as quickly as possible. Okay, preferably in your first month of business, so you can attend higher levels of training. Plus, both these positions earns you the royalties and extra income. Yeah, and then get you to the get team as quickly as possible. Okay. I know a lot of people who go world team in their first month of business. And by the second month in business, they're already starting to qualify get team. Okay? Now let's talk about the technique. And this is really what I'm getting to with the new distributor. I want them to make a decision how they're going to go supervisor in their first month of business. I don't want them to take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months to go supervisor. I want it in the first month of business, because if they're not making a lot of money quickly, they're going to be out of the business. And supervisor always helps them make the money quickly. Because when you buy 4,000 volume points, for example, which is one of the methods, when you've got 4,000 volume points sitting on your floor at home, you get a heart attack. And you go, oh my gosh, I've got to get rid of that stuff. I need my money back.
I can't eat it.
Okay? So, you want people moving their inventory really quickly. You know, the reality is when people first join your business and do the first 4,000 points, that's when they're selling the products the fastest.
Yeah.
And then after that, because they know they're a supervisor and they can buy 1, 2 or 3 programs at a time, whatever they want, they don't work as hard anymore because they're not forced to work hard. Make sense? So here's what I say to my distributors who are working a bit slow. I say, buy another 4,000 volume points, will you? Because when it's there, you're going to work. When it's not there, you're not going to work. As millionaire team members, you know how hard it is to work? That's why we have 4,000 or 5,000 volume points on our floor all the time, so we can get to work. Because nobody likes leaving money on the floor. Yeah? So, I say, okay, let's talk about the ways of going supervisor, and I want you to choose which way you think is suitable for you. First way is to do 4,000 volume points in 1 calendar month. Now, Betul, did you understand what a volume point is? Okay. A lot of people don't. And I say that's a Herbalife currency because we're in 84 countries. All the products have a volume point attached to it. So if you buy a shake anywhere in 84 countries, it's 23.95 volume points worldwide. It's to keep it fair worldwide. Yeah? So you buy 4,000 volume points in 1 calendar month. What's a calendar month? Beginning of the month till the end of the month. That's a calendar month. Okay? 4,000 volume points is only enough products for about 25 customers. I'll write that down. It's only enough products for 25 customers using what we call an ultimate program. Betul, do you think you can find 25 people who want to either lose weight, gain weight, maintain weight, have high blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes, heart problems? Everybody knows at least 25 people who need to use the product. Yeah? So that's an easy sell because of the way you're promoting it. Yeah? So it's an investment of around $6,800 worth of products. When you sell the products, you're going to collect back about a $3,000 profit. So you're collecting back in total around nearly $10,000. Now, I even help people understand it even further than that. I say to them, if you had $6,800 sitting in your bank account, how much interest does the bank pay you? 3%? 4%? Let's be generous and say 5%. That means in one whole year, you're lucky to make $300 or $400 in interest for keeping $7,000 in your bank account. Even if it took you 1 year to sell the products, you've made $3,000 profit. It's a smart business investment, of course. Okay? So that's the first way of going supervisor. Then I say the second way to go supervisor is 2 consecutive months of 2.5. And I actually don't encourage them too much about the second one. Because 2 months of 2.5 is 5,000 points compared to 4,000 points. So it's actually costing them more money. I say this is normally suitable for someone who doesn't have much money. They buy a little bit, they go sell it, collect the money back, go sell it, collect the money back, go buy and sell more, and keep turning over the products.
But the business grows slower.
But the business grows slower because it's taken you 2 months to go supervisor. Okay? The third way is you do 1,000 and find 3 people to do 1,000 points under you. That's a total of 4,000. Makes you only a supervisor. Your friends do not. And the fourth way is what we call a syndication method. If it's 2 people in a line, like you see the 2 circles, there needs to be 4,000 for one person to go supervise and an extra 1,000 for the other person to go supervisor. So it's a total of 5,000. You can divide it between the 2 people. It's 2,500 points each. Both people can go supervisor in the same month.
Can you Just repeat that, I got lost.
Okay, so the fourth method is a line of 2 people, the first part of that example.
Yeah.
Okay, normally for one person to go supervise is 4,000, but for an extra 1,000 points, both people can go supervisor together. So that's a total of 5,000 points. You can split it however you want to split it.
3, 2, 2.5.
It could be 4 and 1, it could be 2.5, 2.5, it could be 3 and 2, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
As long as there's a total between 2 people of 5,000 points, both people can go supervisor. If it's 3 people in a line, the example next to it, which is now 3 people in a line, guess what you do? You just add another 1,000.
6,000.
So it's 6,000 divided by 3 people is only 2,000 points each. It's cheaper again. If it's 4 people in a line, guess what you do? Add another 1,000. So it's 7 divided by 4 is 1750 each. And you can keep going. There's no limit to this. Okay? And then the fifth way is doing 5,000 volume points within a 3 to 12 month period. And I say to people, if you're serious about the business, this is not even an option. This is really for someone who just wants to play with the business. A little bit of cash money here and there and happy. Yeah? And then here's the key question. I say, Betul, which one do you think is suitable for you? And I shut up. Why do you think I asked that question? I want to see what her financial situation is. If she says, oh, I can go straight to supervise, I say, well, at least I know she's got the money to go supervise. If she says, oh, probably option number 3, I'll try and find a few friends, I can probably do 1,000 points, then I know what her financial situation is. Okay? Now here's what I do once she's given me the answer. This is the key to getting volume quickly in your business. Pay very special attention here. Okay? This is how I can get volume from a new distributor within the first 48 hours of business. Okay? Once they've told me which way they want to go, whichever way they want to go, even if they want to go straight to supervisor with 4,000 points, if it's near the beginning of the month, like right now, I don't want to have them invest more money than they have to, because I want to help them. So if it's the beginning of the month, I say, well, Betul, you know what? I understand you've got the money to do 4,000 volume points, but here's all I want you to do, because we're still in the beginning of the month. I only want you to do 1,000 volume points. Why do I want you to do 1,000 volume points? Because whether you buy 1,000 or 4,000, still the first 4,000 is at 42%. It's not at 50% yet. It's only after the 4,000 you're at 50%. So why buy more stuff than you have to for now? Because maybe someone will join your business during the month and we can make it cheaper for you and for that person to go supervise it together. Why do you think I do that? I do that,
They don't lose them.
number one, she knows I'm doing the best thing for her, not for me. She trusts me more that way. Yeah? Number two is if I get her to do 1,000 points and we find someone to join her business, now she's gone supervisor by doing 2.5. So it's cheaper for her. She hasn't got much inventory. But the third reason I do that is because I know she'll turn over that stock quicker, and guess what she's going to be forced to do? Next month she's going to be forced to buy more products from the company, which is good organizational volume for me, which is also good personal volume for her to help her move up in the business. So again, care more about the people than the money you make from. Always a key question to ask yourself in this business is what I'm doing, what I'm suggesting to this new distributor best for them or best for me? If you care about yourself first, you'll fail in the business. You've got to care more about your distributors. You've got to care more about them putting money in their pocket. You've got to care more about them getting more customers quicker. Help people pay their bills, your bills will be taken care of. What does it? That's Jim Rohn, right? Help people with their problems, your problems will go away. It's all about helping people. once you understand the true philosophy of Herbalife, you'll care more about people than the money you make, and then the money will flow like a river. I promise you. You know, when we were living in Malaysia, one of our distributors was in another state. And that state, the only way you can get to that state is by a flight. And every week, once a week, I would fly up and down, up and down, up and down. I was losing money on the deal. But I had enough confidence in this person to build an amazing business in this state that wasn't touched with Herbalife yet. And today, he's a Get team. He has 2 frontline Get team and another Get team under them. He's very close to millionaire team. So the rewards from all the money I spent those years ago, I'm getting that multiplied now. Because I cared more about the distributor than the money I made from that distributor. Make sense? Alright? So this is what I say to Beto. And she says, okay, I'll do that. Let's do 1,000 points. And I say, great, let's get this order in. I'm going to email you a suggested order for 1,000 points. Have a look at it. If you're happy with it, let's put the order in. And I want that order in straight away. Why? Because the next step in the checklist is the next 48 hours worth of checklist. Now, I don't go into too much detail about the next 48 hours, but I only go through the first one with her. I say, your job's to go through the whole thing, because you need to finish this checklist in 72 hours. The next 48 hours, Betul, now that we've decided where you're going to start your business, doing 1,000 points, we need to lock in a time and a date for your shake party. Okay? A time and a date for your shake party. Why do I want to lock in a time and a date for a shake party? So I can help her get money in her pocket. And even if I don't help her get money in her pocket, I want her to have people there so we can try and find her next distributor. No problem.
Thank you very, very much for today.
Good night. See you tomorrow. Yes. So the next.
Have a good night. See you
Good night.
tomorrow.
Okay. So I want her to have her shake party quickly. Why? Because I want to get into her circle of influence as quickly as possible. Okay? Why? So she can get her first customer. So she can get her first, maybe, distributor. But maybe that distributor will join her business, and guess what I'll do with that new distributor? The same thing that I just did with Betul, promote another shake party to try and help them find another customer and find a distributor. And from that distributor, keep doing it all month long. So now, instead of Betul going supervisor with 4,000 points, if I can find 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people to join the business in the same month, I've made it cheaper for all of them to go supervisor. They all save money, plus they're turning over their stock really quickly. Okay? And then I just get her to finish following the rest of the checklist. And this is the key. This is why in our business, we always chase the business. I don't want one person doing 4,000 points. Because if you've got one person, if you haven't built anything under them, very easy for that person to quit the business because they've got nothing under them. They've got nothing to lose. But as soon as they got one customer or one distributor, they have a fear of loss. Gee, what happens if this customer turns into a business and this person goes president's team? I've lost. And I've seen it happen in Herbalife, by the way. I've seen people who are 6, 7 levels deep from the sponsor, everybody else in the middle quits, the person on the bottom becomes a president's team and becomes their first line president's team. I've seen it happen. So there's a saying in the business, if you got one customer, don't quit. If you got one distributor, don't quit. Because you never know who that customer or distributor will bring in your business that will get you to the president's team position. Okay? Questions before we close?
Mhm.
No questions? Yes, question.
I know at the meeting, a couple of weeks ago in Manningham, they talked about having to re-qualify as a supervisor, and I'm fairly new, so what does that mean? Does that mean each year you've got to do that 4,000 points again?
Yes, you've got to re-qualify once a year. One of the methods of going supervisor, either 1 month of 4,000 or 2 months of 2,500. Okay? But if you join halfway through the year, like let's just say, when did you go supervisor?
I'm not
Oh,
supervisor.
you're not
yet.
supervisor yet. So the first job is go supervisor.
Yeah.
Okay? Let's say you went supervisor this month,
Yeah.
which you should be focusing on supervisor this month because that's where you make the money. Yeah? She's not even in my team, by the way, but see, we know what's best for the distributors. So she'll go supervisor this month. We are now in August. September. Gee, I've lost track of time. September. Okay? September. Because you're qualifying supervisor this month, the requalification period is January of every year.
Right.
It doesn't mean you'll have to requalify coming January because there's only a few months left.
Yeah.
And it's not fair to say, oh, now you have to do another 4,000 or 2 months. So the company will give you till January the year after.
Oh, okay.
So you're actually buying more time.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the reality. Why have we got people getting 20 to 30 customers? Because if you've got 20 to 30 customers, you're already doing 2,500 plus volume points every month just with 20 to 30 customers
Plus, when you are a supervisor, we have to do every month.
to earn the 5% royalties anyway, right? So if you're doing 2.5 every month consistently, naturally you're requalifying supervisor every second month anyway if that's all you're doing. But if you're recruiting people in your business and growing a business, you should be doing 5, 10, 15,000 personal volume every month, which means you're requalifying every month anyway. In the 10 years I've been in the business, not once have I thought about requalifying because I'm doing the business. You're recruiting people, you're getting supervisors, you're getting customers, you're getting distributors.
If you don't do that,
Yeah.
then you lose
You
your
drop down to
organisation
35% and you lose your organisation.
permanently.
It rolls up to your upline.
So it's a good reason to do it,
Mm.
because otherwise all your work's down the tube.
But if you want to, the reality is, if you want to make money with the business, you should be doing that.
Because
Yeah.
once you become a supervisor, next step is to become a road team, and to do that, you have to achieve those points. And then once you become a road team, then next step is getting, so you always make minimum 2,500 personal volume point every month anyway.
And you learn all this from the Supervisor Academy. So another reason to go supervisor and get into the system. Yeah? The system will look after you. All you have to do is follow it.
Well, you just plug yourself into system, become supervisor, and then attend all the supervisor academies and meetings. You'll learn everything anyway. If I get it.